The Combat System of AKARDIOM. Combat is one of the most important parts of any RPG. In many games, combat eventually becomes simple. Find enemy, attack enemy, use stronger weapon, repeat. AKARDIOM follows a different philosophy. Combat is not only about power. Combat is about preparation, knowledge, strategy, adaptation, and decision-making. The strongest player is not always the one with the highest level. The strongest player is often the one who understands the battlefield. Combat philosophy. Every battle in AKARDIOM follows 5 stages: observe, prepare, engage, adapt, victory. Before rushing into combat, players are encouraged to study their enemies. Different creatures behave differently. Different enemies have different weaknesses. Different bosses require different strategies. Understanding your enemy can be just as important as upgrading your equipment. Before entering battle, players must prepare. This includes choosing weapons, selecting armor, preparing skills, using consumables, planning tactics, choosing companions. The wrong preparation can turn a manageable fight into a disaster. The right preparation can allow a weaker adventurer to defeat a stronger opponent. Offensive combat players have access to multiple offensive options: light attacks, fast attacks, low stamina cost, useful for pressure and combos; heavy attacks, slower attacks, higher stamina cost, much greater damage potential; combo attacks. Different weapons provide different attack chains. Mastering weapon timing allows players to create more efficient combat styles. Different builds create different combat experiences. Defensive combat survival is just as important as offense. Block reduces incoming damage. Useful against predictable attacks. Parry. A high-risk defensive action. Correct timing can interrupt enemies and create openings. Dodge allows players to avoid damage entirely. Positioning and timing are critical. A well-timed dodge can completely change the outcome of a battle. Stamina system. Physical actions consume stamina. Light attacks, heavy attacks, dodges, defensive maneuvers all require stamina. Players who waste stamina become vulnerable. When stamina is depleted, attacks become slower. Movement becomes less effective. Defensive capabilities decrease. Managing stamina is a key part of combat mastery. Damage types. Not all damage is the same. Physical damage. Slash pierce blunt. Elemental damage. Fire ice. Lightning special damage. Holy dark poison. Different enemies react differently to different damage types. Choosing the correct tool for the situation is often more important than simply dealing the highest damage. Enemy weaknesses and resistances. Enemies may possess weaknesses, resistances, immunities. A creature resistant to fire may be vulnerable to lightning. A heavily armored opponent may resist blades but struggle against blunt weapons. Players are rewarded for experimentation, observation, and learning.